Hello everybody, welcome again to the shop. We've got a couple new saw acquisitions to show you. The first is a 2-man Lombard GS with a Homelite motor, and the second is my second 26 LCS Homelite, and my third is a saw, not a chainsaw, but a very cool old handsaw with a metal handle. So I'll give you a little more in-depth review of these saws. Starting with the Lombard GS, it's in pretty rough shape. The motor does not turn over. It has a manual clutch, which I think is pretty cool. I assume the clutch is somewhere in here, and there's a clutch cable that runs out. That's all rotted. And there's a clutch lever here. There's a throttle here. It still features the original air filter and muffler, which often were one of the first things to go with these old saws. The old timers just tore them off because they ran better. It's a rope start. You have a rope with a knot in the end and wrap it around the pulley and give it a yank to start it, but that's locked up. It has a very large, I haven't measured the pitch yet, but it has a very large scratcher chain. Here's my finger for comparison. I mean, it's pretty large. I'd say 3/4 pitch chain, and it's a scratcher chain. As you can see, each tooth just looks like a sawtooth on a hand saw. They're not curved over like this if you look at the tooth in profile, like on a modern saw. So this features large pitch scratcher chain. It's a kind of rusted up, but I think after soaking it for a while, it'll loosen up. It'll work for demonstration purposes. Has the helper handle with the oil reservoir in the helper handle, which I find sort of interesting. And this saw proved me wrong. In a previous video, I said that the oiler is always bound to work on old saws because they're always immersed in oil, but this oiler is stuck, unless I'm doing something wrong. It has a Homelite motor. An interesting thing to note on the information plate here, it says Homelite model 24X1 is the kind of engine. It also says DC volts, AC volts, amperage, phase, cycles, PF, power factor. I would assume that's what PF stands for. And of course it's a chainsaw, it's not going to have volts or amps or anything. But Homelite started out making generators for lighting. That's where they got their name, Homelite, home lighting, during World War II, I believe. So I figure they started making these smaller power units and selling them to other companies for making pumps or generators or chainsaws or anything else. So Lombard bought the motor and used it for their saw. I believe the motor is similar to the 20 MCS chainsaw that Homelite makes, which is similar to the 26 LCS, I think. I don't know. 26 LCS is a 103cc motor, I believe. So that just about sums it up for this saw. It's definitely going to need a complete teardown, I think. You don't know what bearings are good, what seals are good. Redo all the paint, you know. It's going to have to be gone through. You don't want to just get it barely running and then break something because you haven't gone through it completely. So, to the guy that sold me this saw, if he's watching, I'm sorry, I don't think you'll be seeing it run anytime soon, but I can assure you it will be running at some point. I've got a lot of other projects that I started before this one. So I'll go on to my second saw, which is my second 26 LCS. Here's my first one over there. This one, I think one of the main reasons I bought it actually is because it has this cylinder cover, which is very rare on a lot of the old Homelites. I don't know why, but these old timers, they got tired of dealing with these, I guess, and they just tore them off and threw them away, and A lot of these old saws don't have the cylinder cover, which is bad because the engine will not cool itself as efficiently. I'll bring this out in the light a little bit more. It has a replacement pull start handle. It does have the cover on the pull starter, which is another rare thing, another thing that falls off easily. The paint is in pretty rough shape. No decals are left at all. This looks like it was repainted once or twice. Apparently this runs. I haven't put gas in it yet. I might make a video of it running soon. But it's got the rotating handle. It's got a little latch right here. You press it and you can rotate the handle. Can't really do it with one hand. And here's the button throttle. It's got a decent chain on it. Semi-chisel chain. I think probably about a 22 inch bar or so. It's missing the bar tensioner, as you can see. It's just got some bolts and washers and nuts holding it on. I have a second tensioner, so I can replace that. And I give the guy credit. He said he used this saw to clean up some storm damage a couple months ago. You ought to be pretty crazy to use this saw to clean up storm damage, but hey, give him credit. But it was pretty fun to use. So that's that. 26 LCS, pretty nice saw. I couldn't pass it up for the price. My last saw, my buddy found this, gave it to me. I don't know what kind it is. It's pretty well pitted, so I don't see any model names or anything, make or anything. I don't know what it is, but it's quite a nice old big toothed crosscut saw, I think they call it, with a metal handle. Looks pretty cool. I wire brushed it and sanded it with 600 grit emery cloth, so it's got a nice sheen to it. I oiled it a little bit. Still very rusty, but oh well, it's old. So this is cool. I might sharpen it up, see how it cuts, even though it's rusty. Probably be a lot of friction. Probably hard to cut, but just for fun, see how it works. Then I'll just hang it up and display it in my shop with the rest of my things up there. So anyway, those are my 3 new saws. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see if I can get this running. I'll make a video, throw the tensioner on it, throw some gas and oil in it. Do a video of this 26 LCS throwing some chips. And once again, this Lombard GS, I was fixing for a 2-man saw for a long time, and I got one now. My Reed Prentice is sort of a 1-man, 2-man. You can get away using it 1 man if you really needed to. I have another video of my Reed Prentice if you haven't already seen it. But this is definitely big and heavy. It's about 60 pounds, I would say. Can't wait to get it running. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Come back soon. I'll have some more videos coming up soon because it's the weekend and it's a good day outside, so I'll do some other videos for you. Thanks for watching. So long for now.